Guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Sagittarius for December 2021. Happy birthday to all my Sagittariuses out there. If I missed your birthday, I apologize. Happy belated birthday, and if it's coming up, happy early birthday. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and you feel truly loved for who you are. So this message that I'm sending out today, or bringing out today, it is timeless. So even though I'm saying this is for December 2021, this is the messages Spirit's bringing through this month, but we may be picking up on a situation that's already happened, something from the past, something from a past life, or something that's happening now, maybe something that hasn't happened yet. So take it how it resonates for you and use your discernment, my friends, and remember that no matter what messages do come through today through Spirit or through the cards, it's still up to you and your active free will in this world to integrate this guidance, to go after your dreams, and to make your hopes turn into a reality. I feel like it's really, really important to remember that not only this month, but going forward, right? There's so much power that you guys have to do, so use it wisely, my friends. I'm going to start off today. I have the Shaman's Oracle here with me today, and I'm going to get a little bit of spiritual advice from this. So before we get going on this reading, I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Gabriel, and my team of light to join us, as well as any of your spirit guides that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective. I invite them to join us now to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible, delivering messages that are for the highest good of all of us watching. No second-rate messages here today, my friends. So let's see some overarching spiritual guidance. Thank you. You got a few right away, and I think this is really intriguing the way it fell. So two cards showed themselves to me like this: the Dancer of Lies and the Ancestor of Memory. And then two cards were like this for me. So we have the Dancer of Inspiration, and you have the Dancer of Frustration. Right away when I heard with this is gaslighting. Spirit of Truth is on the bottom. That's interesting. With Dancer of Lies and the Spirit of Truth. Because I feel like there could be places where you are uncovering lies, or you've seen through something, or through somebody, you've seen the truth, but there is this, like, I heard it's a wall. Or you could be talking to a family member or something, and trying to discuss, like, what happened, let's say in our childhood, right? And we have someone who's stonewalling us, not wanting to actually admit what happened or not wanting to talk about it. I think that there is a really huge importance here. And what I heard is dichotomy on truth versus illusion and somebody coming clean. This Spirit of Truth, I feel like, is also really important to remember that it's important that you seek your truth. It's important that you speak your truth. And if you are seeing through other people around you who are feeding you lies or feeding you untruths, trust your instincts here. I feel like it's really important too with this Dancer of Frustration. And we also have the Dancer of Inspiration. Sorry, not initiation. I feel like what I heard is to keep your mind off it. So you're going to want to right now, or whenever this resonates, keep doing something that gets your mind off the frustration. For many of you, what I heard is this is work out, this is get some exercise, take a walk, go for a run, jog, even put on Let's Dance, put on something, right? Music around your house and just move. Because a lot of times, as well as what I heard is, especially if we suffer from anxiety, we're going to have a lot of feelings going up in this body. If we're frustrated and this is like we just can't get our mind off of whatever the situation is, because I heard we're just so pissed off that this person or these group of people aren't telling us the truth, that this is what we can think of. We need to get our mind out of this headspace. So do something fun. Do something that intrigues you, something you've always wanted to do. Go after that inspiration where it gets you. I want to read to you actually the Dancers, which I think there's a real importance here. And this isn't just dancing around, right? This is as Spirit guides, the Dancers. All right. So it says, the Dancers are energy and expression. At virtually every period in human history, dancing has expressed the descent of divine power upon the dancer. raising him or her to the level of the gods. In the cave art of our ancestors, we see the dancer expressing the fundamental truths of life, our aspirations, our tensions, and our struggles. In spiritual terms, dancers dance for a reason, most often a powerful desire to enter more deeply into the heart of being. The dancers selected for the oracle are from all over the world. Africa, the Americas, Europe, Asia, all possess the same sense of mystical connection with the spirit realm, for they express the most vital energies we need to bring our lives to the tasks we set ourselves. This is really interesting as well when they're talking about that these paintings, these petroglyphs, these are the truths that they saw. They're talking about in cave art things that moved them, things that happened as a way to document it. And my hair is all standing up on top of my head. For some of you, what I heard is it may be really important for you to document, and for you to document the truth, for you to document what you see as truth, especially if you do have somebody gaslighting you or somebody who's just really frustrating you because they're making you question how you remembered things. And sure, maybe sometimes we get the memories wrong. Maybe, we especially for a child, we're all coming from our perception of reality. However, if there's someone around you who is just skirting the issue, they're dancing around the truth, and you're feeling hella frustrated with this, write it down. I feel like as well for many of you, there may have been something that has spurred on or, in the recent, I heard, months, has kind of shown you what this situation truly is, and that you're meant to rise up above this because you're meant for so much more in this world, that potentially the situations that you've encountered, the untruths, or whoever's been lying to you, or this could even, again, I feel like could be our own unconscious ways of lying to ourselves. So, giving ourselves little put downs, telling ourselves, well, it doesn't matter how much I try, I'm not going to be able to change the situation, so why try anyway? And I feel like that's really a defeatist attitude, that when we do have those kinds of attitudes, we're setting ourselves up for failure. We're setting ourselves up for destruction because we're already in the back of our mind imagining that's what's going to happen. For some of us, if we've went through our life and this has been a pattern, right, that we feel like we get happiness and then as soon as we get it, it's plucked from us. This is kind of these fear tactics as well, or this self-preservation wall that we think that is going to help us. We shield ourselves and say, well, that's okay. Good can come in, but only so much good. Because if I get too much good, then it's going to fall out from under me. That, again, is the same kind of fallacy here that I think is really important to look at and go, well, no, that's not true. But I'm setting my intentions up for that. So let's see the truth here. What can I create, as well as what I'm hearing is what can you create? What can you do? What can you do to share your truth, to spread the light, and what is inspiring you to move forward? The Ancestor of Memory as well is really calling to me here in terms of, for some of you as well, this has been untruths that have carried through generations. For a lot of us, I feel like this as well is this collective unconscious with these memories. There's some ways to what I'm hearing is like, especially in dangerous situations or things like that, we are all connected. We have all lived multiple lives, and our ancestors are very much alive and well in our being. I mean, I feel like this is really important as well, as that for some of you, you may have had a past life in a time where I heard you even could have been the passer down of knowledge. So where in some of these cases we have pictures on the wall, it might have been your job to orally communicate. So I'm also thinking about what happens in places like that, where it's left to one person to remember the story. After generations and generations, pieces of that story kind of fall away. We forget them because they're not written down. They're something that's only oral. Or they're in a picture, but the person that drew this picture, they've long since been gone, and we're using the stories that we have. I think it's really important, again, that they're coming back to this collective unconscious, that we need to help clear this. We need to help kind of clear it of fallacies, clear it of illusions, and start collectively, and what I heard is, as a human race, coming to value the truth. So I'm going to read you a little bit of that Ancestor of Memory, and then we'll move on. Ancestor of Memory. I'm going to hold it up for you. And it says, I am the ancestor of memory. I remember everything that has ever happened. With me at your side, you may shine the light upon ignorance and restore the elements of your life that may have been split asunder. I can help you to learn truths that enable you to reconnect with your true self in times of need, to remember the path that will take you where you need to go, and to recall the names and faces of those who you love when circumstances would have you forget them. So some of the ways that its interpretations here is remembrance of those you love, restoration of broken things, seeing beyond false aspects of life, past truths applied to present troubles, understanding the importance of history. So I think this, as well as for some of you, especially I heard war-torn countries and things like that, or countries and places where we have experienced a lot of war, it is really important to pay homage to the history of where you live anyway, but especially if we do have a history of injustice. And this talks about as well releasing and removing the fallacies. So for a lot of us as well, as what I heard is propaganda, and one of the specific I heard is Nazi propaganda. Okay, so this can be tied into a lot of different facets of our waking life. Many of us, most of us in this world, are very aware of what happened in Nazi Germany and how that hate spread, and that shit can spread like wildfire, right? And there was untruths told. There was lies made up to help support a ruling ideology, and innocent lives were lost. People were devastated. And I think that this is really important for some people. And again, I don't know how this is going to resonate. It's just how I'm picking it up. But it's just kind of like there's these truths that need to be really released. And one of the things this could have been is like this idea that there are people and there are nationalities and there are colors of our skin that are less than. Because that's simply not true. It doesn't matter. If you crack an egg, you can get green. They have green eggs. There's blue eggs, white eggs, brown eggs, almost like red eggs. So many different colors of eggs. If we crack these eggs, they look the same inside. One of the things that might affect the color in the inside of the yolk is the nutrition that the chickens are eating, as well as, what time of year is it and how old are the eggs. There's a lot of sirens outside my window right now, and I'm sure you guys can't hear them, but I definitely feel like this is Archangel Michael just saying, you know what, really now is the time to see the truth beyond illusions, beyond fear, and move towards what really brings you inspiration. Instead of, I heard lack mentality too, removing that out of the way. Because I think that's also one of these things that could have been held to us, or something that we've told ourselves through generations, as well as, again, not to expect too much, not to expect happiness, because when we do that, that can be taken from us. So just to, live a subpar life. You don't want to do that. The bottom, but the card that flew out was the Green Man. And I feel like I hear synergy from the Earth Magic Oracle. The Green Man is synergy, and about this is also divine masculine energy, but the interconnectedness and the interweavings I heard of all things. They're showing me a basket, and what I'm hearing as well is that basket is made up of many, many pieces of grass, many, many reeds, whatever, we're using to create this basket, yet it's one and it's strong. And I think that what I heard is unified force. For some of you, if you identify as a masculine energy, you're being asked to be a leader. You're being asked to step up. I heard is step up to the plate. Some of you might like baseball, but you are being asked now to set the memory straight, to set the time straight. And again, I feel like for some of you, you are, what I heard is the dancer of justice. It's not a card here. but you're the dancer of justice, because for some people, it wouldn't bother them that there's injustices happening and that truths are skewed. Whatever, right? I know the truth, that's all that matters. But then there's us, those warriors of truth and those warriors of virtue, who we came here on this planet to make a difference and make people's lives better. My friends, that's you. So it's really important, I heard, to harness your creative abilities, to remember as well, if you do identify more as a masculine, you still have the feminine within you. You have those energies within you at all points. So I feel like this is also really important to get in tune with your intuition, and then to set forward in a planned way, in an action-oriented way, on how you're going to get the fulfillment here you want to see. So Spirit, can you tell me more about the Green Man, please? What is the Green Man showing up here for? So we have King of Arrows, which is could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You have the Ace of Bows, which could be a fire sign, could be you guys. Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. We have the Four of Vessels, the Four of Cups in reverse. The Blasted Oak, which this is a combination, this is the Wildwood Tarot, by the way. I love this deck. It's absolutely gorgeous. But in this deck, this is two things. This Blasted Oak is the Tower, and this Blasted Oak is also the Hangman. And what's happened is there's an irrevocable change, because not only is he hanging upside down trying to make a decision, but lightning came and blasted off everything that's tying him to the limb plus the limb, because something has to end. There's huge changes coming. And you have at the bottom here, now it's in the reverse, but we have the Three of Stones in the reverse. Just looking at this, I feel like once you've cleared away kind of the clouded vision with whatever lies are here, whatever the frustration is, going in as that kingfisher, being a very good hunter, being able to dive in depths, as well as keeping your head clear and the emotion out of the situation. So emotions are really important for us to feel, but a lot of times, especially when we're trying to talk or we're trying to communicate, if we have a whole lot of emotion built up behind here, our words aren't going to come out how we might want them to. I think that some of you as well, what I heard is career path and career choice. Some of you may be really getting an idea of what you'd like to do. Many of you, I feel like it is social justice issues and being that social justice warrior and setting the times straight, setting the record straight. And I also heard some of you may have a real desire to prove someone wrong, to be like, you know what, F you, I did it. I understand this in ways in terms of like I can be a very idealistic person. I feel like we absolutely can change the world one person at a time, and everybody, every single one of us has the ability to do that. We just have to want it bad enough. And you know what, it's not necessarily that we can do it individually, but when we come together, when we form a group, there's no stopping us on what we can do. That's how change is created. And here, that's how change is created. This Five of Cups in the reverse is important because it says we're getting out of that melancholy. And melancholy is the word I heard here. The Three of Stones in the reverse as well, I feel like for some of you, the melancholy could be because, again, we don't feel like we're working together in partnership. This lying situation or gaslighting situation could be someone you're dealing with. And I swear, you're going to stay there in that life. It's not going to be very good. It's not going to be very fun. And you're not going to feel very fulfilled, especially if this continues to happen, because you're going to end up feeling like you're crazy, even though you're not crazy. There's a huge decision on your part to go forward here. And the fire's hella important. There's fire under here that makes this potion work. The lightning burned off those ropes, right? There's fire energy. And the Ace of Bows coming up as fire energy. Taking a new start. Some of us, this is a new direction, but that is that spark of life. The Dancer of Lies also has fire. they're carrying fire. And I feel like this is interesting because there's fire almost to light the way, yet we're not showing the truth. I'm being shown like a huge billboard, okay, with a lie on it. Everyone can see this billboard. The more we see this, we start to internalize this as truth. I've seen it. It must be true. Well, maybe somewhere else smaller is a little sign with the truth on it, but it's not as big. I think that it's really important. What I heard is for you to be the torchbearer. It's going to be important for you to be the torchbearer in your worlds too, not just on a societal level, not just trying to go out and change the world, because we also, before we're going to go do that, we need to be right within ourselves. So I'm going to check the bottom of the deck here, which is the shaman, and this is the magician. You can create magic and you can make wonderful things happen. This magic that this magician has, I heard it's carefully practiced, it's precise, and it's using the tools that he has. And what I heard is also being vulnerable, using our vulnerable feelings to propel us forward on our spiritual journey. So very, very masculine energies here with the King of Arrows, the shaman, the green man, even the blasted oak. I feel like very, very masculine energy here. Again, I think it's just going to have to be that it's your choice to see through some of the things that have been happening. So I'm going to leave you with a Wisdom of the Tree message. So this is the Wisdom of the Trees Oracle. If you've resonated with this, Spirit, what message would you have anyone who's watching? No, thank you. You get the acacia tree. So let's see what that says. Alright, so this acacia tree is about protection. And it says, humans have honored me for many centuries because they know that I offer them protection even in the harshest conditions. I'm the symbol of the continuity of life. And right away too is what I heard is you're protected to tell this truth. Spirit protects you, the divine text protects you. You know, just because somebody has said the truth or said a lie louder doesn't mean that you're not protected to speak this truth. What I heard is, for some of you, you may have some people who have been very brainwashed around you and who are going to believe these lies. Let them. If you come forward with the truth and you get a lot of backlash from certain individuals or people within your social circle or your social setting, what I heard is let them think what the hell they want. It's not your job to convince them. What I heard is it's your job to give them the facts and give them the information, and if it's really up to them whether they choose to see this truth. So I'm going to come down here. It says, trust that you are being given the support and protection that you crave, even if you are not yet aware of this. Your sensitivity is heightened at the moment, giving you deep insights into the world and the people around you. Trust those insights, absolutely, and trust your protection here. So this is the message I have. I definitely feel like you guys are the torch bearers, and you are the truth bearers, and you are the ones who are going to come up with that megaphone to speak that truth the loudest and the proudest. So I really wish you the best of luck here. I hope that your truth prevails, and just remember that you are absolutely powerful. You are super strong, and you're protected to do this because Spirit is saying, you know what? It's time for you to share this truth. People need to hear it. That's what I have. Mwah. I love you all, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.